This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Etched in stone, the 254 names added to Soldiers Memorial in St. Louis. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson, and Allred and Mike Bush are off tonight. Hundreds of people gathered at the Soldiers Memorial in downtown St. Louis to pay respects to fallen soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, met with guests of honor who traveled a long way to see these new names added to the Court of Honor. Mark.
And Kelly, Gold Star families and Vietnam veterans read the list of names that are etched in stone at these memorials behind me earlier today, but doing that took a lot longer this year than it has for decades, in part because of the ongoing effort to trace the roots of the war dead back to their hometown here in St. Louis. One Vietnam veteran we met drove here all the way from New York just for this moment. A moving ceremony and the sound of taps at the Soldiers Memorial brought memories of the Vietnam War flooding back.
No, it's been 54 years.
Vernon Brewer was a sky soldier, a member of the 173rd Airborne Brigade.
We left a platoon on top of Hill 522 in Phu Yen Province on November 5th, 1968.
No amount of time or distance can sever the bonds he formed with his brothers in battle.
There's 28 guys in my company that died while I was there, and I visited Keeping a Promise, 55 years old, to visit their graves.
Brewer wrote a book to keep their memories alive, but when he first learned about the Soldiers Memorial in St. Louis, he was afraid one of his fellow sky soldiers had been forgotten.
I went looking for his name, and it wasn't there.
For the last 44 years, this Vietnam memorial bore the names of 214 fallen soldiers from St. Louis, but hundreds more were missing.
The memorial was dedicated in 1979, not long after the war, and they did their best to find the names that they could.
But on this Memorial Day, their ranks are growing to include 254 more names to this wall.
You know, today's really emotional, and it's long overdue.
From now on, that name, Lloyd Green, will live on here, a tribute to his sacrifice.
Oh yeah, he was a proud Missourian. He was very proud.
And behind each of these names are Gold Star families or fellow soldiers who carry their memories with them.
It never fades. And you can talk to any vet, combat vet, from any war. It does not go away. It doesn't wash off. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get wrinkled like we do, and our hair turns white. Green is 18 forever, but he's finally on the wall, you know, and his town knows that he did something good, and that's enough for me.
This year's ceremony paid special tribute to those Vietnam veterans, but the Court of Honor here also includes the names of fallen American soldiers who died in World Wars I and II, the Korean War, and then that period of wars following Vietnam. There's also an exhibit in the museum just here on the premises downtown that includes a lot of information about the role St. Louis played in the Vietnam War. That's open Wednesdays through Sundays, 10 o'clock to 5. It should be up and on display for another year. Reporting live downtown, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
Let this day be a day of commemoration and honor for those who sacrificed their lives to preserve liberty.
An emotional day at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery in South St. Louis County. Members of all branches of the military attended today's wreath-laying ceremony, which include prayer, speeches, taps, and a moment of silence. More than 260,000 people are buried there, including Civil War veterans.